Welcome to a week in the life of a foster carer. I am a single foster carer, so no partner. In the UK, I'm a short-term foster carer, which means I take on children, as the name suggests, for a short amount of time, whilst decisions are being made about whether they're going to return to family, adopted, or maybe long-term foster care, or whatever decisions are made for them. I have them for that short period of time, which could be kind of 6 months up to 2 years. These videos I'm going to show you the kind of the working week. Obviously the children are with me all the time and I do the caring for things, you know, the feeding them, the clothing them, the bathing them, all of those just normal things that you do with children. In this video I want to show you all the fostering stuff, like the added on extra stuff. Not necessarily the added on extra stuff actually, because of course like taking children to nursery and school is what you would do anyway, but yeah, it's the nursery, the school, any meetings, any contact, just to show you what a random week looks like. Bear in mind as you're watching this, all weeks are a little bit different in terms of appointments, medical appointments, or meetings, or what could be going on. This is just a random week that I chose, and also bear in mind that these were filmed a long time ago to try to protect confidentiality of all those involved. I filmed these a long time in advance. It could be up to a year in advance, maybe even more, and then you're seeing them a long time later, so just bear that in mind. Monday at the moment is usually a really quiet day for me fostering wise, with pretty much nothing to do, but today is a little bit different in that I've got the usual nursery run that I do first thing, and then I've got the usual contact calls at, I think we changed them, I think they're at 11:15 now. I've got the usual video calls also today as well. That's usually all that happens, and then obviously like a nursery pickup at 2 later on. But I have got a meeting. Someone is coming to the house this morning at 9:30 for a meeting about one of the children. This is not a social worker visit, it's someone else involved in the process. It's not something I'm necessarily going to say who particularly it is, just for a little bit more confidentiality. But yeah, this meeting should be, I reckon it will probably last about an hour to an hour and a half. So I've just had that meeting that I was just talking about. It did last, how long did it last? It's 10 to now, so it lasted sort of an hour and 20 minutes. We've got about, what have we got now? 15, 20, 25 minutes. 25 minutes until some video calls, so we'll just wait for them. And then after those video calls are done, maybe we'll get to go and actually do something nice in a little bit of time that we've got before the nursery runs. Because definitely it does feel at the moment like most of my time and the children's time, to be quite honest, is spent in like meetings or going to contact, or we're not really able to do, or we haven't been able to do very many like nice normal activities. So we'll try and get something in today while we do have a bit of time. All went well and to plan today. We've done the nursery pickup. Kids are here, they're actually having a little sleep right now, that's why it's nice and quiet. It is now Tuesday and I have just ran upstairs to my bedroom to tell you what is going on today. Both children are here and they're so loud this morning. I don't know what's going on, but they're so loud. You'll probably still be able to hear them, but I figured if I stay downstairs you wouldn't be able to hear anything I was saying. So today what is happening is I've actually just had a text off person that came visited yesterday. They want some more information about something, so I'm just going to send them off a little bit of extra information. And then also, it's a busy day this week. It's much busier than usual in terms of meetings and things, but I have got at 10 o'clock one of the children's guardians is coming. So each child that's in foster care has a guardian who is kind of like their voice kind of thing, and they are coming at 10, and then I assume they'll be here around about an hour or so, and then we've got to leave for one of the children to have some contact, and then also we've got a video call during that with one of the other children, and I've got another meeting later on. Ooh, that's gonna be tight on time. Okay, it's pretty busy, but for now we're having a little play downstairs, enjoying some of the time that we have that isn't meetings this week, because it does seem like a particularly busy week, to be honest, for us. So just finished that meeting that I was talking about and all done for the day. It was tight on time. We got back from the contact, it was, what time was it, like 10 to 1. And the meeting that I had, it was a meeting at home. Someone was coming out, the social worker and someone else surrounding the child were coming for a meeting. So it was nice that it was at home. It was organised for 1:30, but they were a little bit early, which never happens. I don't think I've ever had a social worker and people be early for a meeting, but yeah, they were a little bit early. They arrived at 1:15, so like, we got in at like 10 to, and I was making lunch for them quickly, and then we had the meeting, which went fine. It lasted like an hour and 15 minutes or so, and I'm now done. It's a new day and I have just taken my son to school, and it's a little bit different than usual because normally I would go straight from school to drop off at nursery, but one of the children has a medical appointment this morning, so I'm gonna go and take them to this medical appointment. It's not until 10 o'clock, but by the time we would go home after the school run and everything, and then we've got to drive, it's about a 20-25 minute drive to where the medical appointment is. It just makes more sense just to go straight there, and we'll just have a walk around for 20 minutes or so. So yeah, we've got a medical appointment at 10 o'clock, and then I'm gonna take them. I've emailed nursery this morning to say that they're gonna be a bit late because of this medical appointment. So then after the appointment, we will drive straight to nursery. The appointment, I'm thinking, should be like half an hour long or so. So then they'll get to nursery for 11, and then I've got about a 20-minute drive to get home. And I have a family time meeting at 11:30 with, well, with everyone really, child social worker, my social worker, the family time team. Every so often you may have family time meetings or contact meetings. It doesn't always have to be if there's any issues. It could just be to check that how family time is going. Hopefully this should be a quick meeting again, because I've had lots of conversations with the family time team, and I mean lots, over the last couple of days, trying to organise. We're trying to like shuffle around contact a little bit and trying to make it a better fit for everyone, and so hopefully that should be a really quick meeting. Meeting finished. That was the preparation that we did before the meeting was definitely worth it, because that was maybe a 15-20 minute meeting. It could have potentially gone on much longer, but because we've had lots of conversations earlier on in the week about it, it was really just going over it with all the social workers and everything, so that was good. Medical appointment and nursery drop off all went kind of to plan. In terms of like the timings of everything, worked how I kind of thought it would be. It was like half an hour appointment straight to nursery for 11ish, 10 past 11ish, and then straight home for this meeting. Like literally as soon as I walked in the door, it was like, right, do this meeting. Anyway, now we've got about an hour or so. I'm gonna make lunch for the child that's with me, and then we've got a video contact call. Just set up my iPad for a video contact. And then the madness of it is that as soon as this call ends, we've got to hop in the car, take about a 20-minute drive to some other contact, another family member's contact. I have my opinions on how much contact children have, obviously, and how productive is the contact, how worthwhile is it to them, but I won't be sharing that. In the car, off to some more family time or contact, whatever you want to call it. This is a rearranged one. This would normally happen this morning when the other child had a medical appointment, but the other child had this medical appointment before we put that contact in. So I rearranged it with the contact team for this afternoon. It feels like a very busy one today, here, there and everywhere. I've just dropped off at contact, and I thought quite often I'll go for like a walk, or I'll edit one of these videos whilst the children are at contact. But I brought my computer because I didn't need to go for a walk, so I went for a run and a walk this morning. But I my computer to try and edit a video. But then I've just realised that actually the other child finishes nursery. It'll take me about, so I've got an hour
The other child finishes nursery. It's about a 50-minute driveway to get to their nursery. So I haven't really got the time. I've got maybe like 10 minutes to sit and do a bit of editing before I go off to collect from nursery. It's all a bit bitty today. Right, that's it. 10 minutes up. Time to go over to nursery, pick up the other one. Oh, maybe put my car in drive and not reverse would be helpful. Right, nursery pickup done. We have 25 minutes now until pick up from the contact. So it's just straight driving over there. Like a taxi service today. That is it. I have got 2 kids back. We're just waiting here for a little bit of time, 10 minutes or so maybe, for Stephen to finish school. Someone's not very happy in the back. And then we are going home, done for the day with fostering things, other than obviously making tea and bathing and putting to bed and all that stuff. Good morning. It's another day. It's about 8:45ish and we've just got back. We've just taken Stephen to school quickly and I'm just checking my calendar and it looks like it's another busy one. So in 15 minutes at 9 o'clock we've got a video contact for half an hour, and then as soon as that finishes we have to leave. We've got about a 20-minute drive for some face-to-face contact for both children, so I will, fingers crossed, get an hour to myself there. I'll go on a nice walk because it's a lovely sunny day, and then we'll get home from that contact about 11:30ish, and then at 12 o'clock I've got my supervising social worker coming around, so I'll make like the kids some quick lunch in that half an hour, and then I'm assuming they'll be here around an hour, and then then I've got like a meeting at 1. So far all is going well and to plan today. We've done the video call, we've gone and done the face-to-face contact. Social worker has just been 12 till 1. It's like 1 minute to 1 now, so I'm gonna hop on a Zoom meeting. I'm not actually sure what it's all about, but we got an invite yesterday about it, so I'm gonna hop on that, and I think that's the last thing I've got to do today. So it is an S2P question time, whatever that means. I don't really know. It's 3 o'clock and I am done with everything now. I've just put the kids up for a little sleep. I actually finished at 2:30, but I thought I would talk to you when the kids were up, a little bit quieter. That meeting, it's kind of, yeah, it's quite valuable. I think that it's something that the people who I foster for, they put it in place during lockdowns, and all our meetings went virtual and video calls and everything, and they started doing these meetings. I'm not sure whether it's twice a year or once a quarter or whatever it is, but it's a meeting with any foster carer can obviously attend, and then there's the big boss, and then maybe the 5 like area managers, like team managers. So it's quite useful. We find out what's going on and have the opportunity to ask questions. Sometimes it's more useful than others. I think maybe that's only the second one I've been to actually, but yeah, it's quite useful. Talk to the big boss, have that opportunity. Did go on an hour and a half, but yeah, all done now, and that is it for the day. Final day of the week, and it's another pretty busy one. Sticking with the theme of this week, I've just been out. It's just before 9 o'clock now. I've just been out and taken my son to school, and we've just come home briefly because one of the children has a video contact call at 9 o'clock for half an hour, and then as soon as that contact call finishes we've got a 20-minute drive, and both of them have got some contact with family members for an hour, so that's from 10 till 11, and then it's kind of like a 20-minute drive home. So we'll be back home sort of 25 past 11, and then at 11:30 I have my, I think I talked about it a few days ago, I have my annual foster review at 11:30. I'm going to assume that's about, it's going to be about an hour, and then so that should lead up to about 12:30. It may not be an hour, we'll see, and then I possibly have a CLAR, a child looked after review for one of the children. I'm not entirely sure if that is still in place. I haven't been sent an invitation for it. I will possibly email this morning just to check if that is still going on. So to be honest, if that CLA review doesn't go ahead, it's not actually that busy of a day, but we'll see. But for now, I'm going to go and set up this video call for one of them and try and keep the other one away, which never works very well, to be honest. So it's not going quite to plan today. One of the children, they did have the video call. It only lasted like 10-15 minutes. They weren't that interested in it this morning. And we've just come down to do the face-to-face contact that both of the children should have had. One of the children have gone in. Unfortunately, for one child, the people haven't turned up for it, so I've got one child with me still. I was looking forward to the hour by myself, but not to be, never mind. That's just something that can obviously happen. I've also had a text from a social worker to say, one of the children's social workers, to say the meeting, that CLAR review that we've got booked in for later, that's been rearranged for a couple of weeks' time because there's been an emergency court thing happening. So the day isn't actually looking that bad. We've just got this contact that I'm just hanging around with the other child. We're going to go out and go to a park, have like some nice time, bless them, and then home for the review. So not too bad at all. Home just in time. It's 11:29. Just put a jumper on because it's a little bit chilly in the house. I'm going to join this review now. I always get a little bit nervous before the reviews. I don't know why. I just do. Right, let's start it. Are you going to be good while Sarah's on this meeting? Are you going to try? My review has just finished. It lasted about 50 minutes or so. It's always fine. I don't know why I get nervous about it, but always fine. All went well. I can continue to be a foster carer. I've come upstairs because the kids, well, for one, they were a nightmare on that call. Kept having to mute myself. They were just screaming and playing up, really. But I thought I was done for the week, I guess. But just on that review, my social worker mentioned about there being a CLA review for the other child. So actually I had both children booked in for CLA reviews at 1:30 today. So it's pretty good that the other one has been cancelled. So I have got a 1:30 CLA review to attend, video meeting or phone call meeting. I guess it doesn't have to be video, but a phone call meeting. So I need to go and give these kids some lunch. Try and see if they'll calm down. Maybe we'll sit and read some stories or something. Try and just calm. We'll see. And then just got that one last meeting. Right, it's 1:30. I've just, well, it's breakfast really. Because I just had my lunch, but it's the first thing I've had all day. Been busy. I'm going to go and join this meeting now. Right, I am worn out. 2:50. I've just, meeting finished. They can be quite upsetting, to be honest, sometimes these meetings. You know, obviously you're discussing potentially where what's going to happen, what's going to be the plan for the children, and they can be, I mean, obviously more so for parents involved, it's their children. But yeah, they can be quite upsetting sometimes, and that is just part of being a foster carer. Sometimes things are difficult. As soon straight after the meeting maybe ended like 20 minutes ago or so. Straight after the meeting, my supervising social worker gave me a call. I've just been talking to her for 15 minutes or so about the meeting and about various other stuff. I think things are about to get even busier for me over the next, like maybe in a month's time or so, but that's a story for another day. I have nothing else to do, no meetings, no anything. I'm going to put these children for a little rest because they must be worn out because they have run around all day. And then because I've been in meetings basically all week, we're going to do something lovely this weekend. I'm not sure. Maybe we'll go to a farm, or I don't know, take them somewhere lovely that they can have some fun at, because we haven't been able to really do anything this week. I think that would be a nice thing to do. But I'm going to end it here. I am exhausted.
just exhausted. There's nothing else to say. I am exhausted. As I've said throughout the whole video, obviously not every week looks like this. Every week is different. This was a particularly busy week for me. And obviously I've got 2 children from different families who are kind of nearing the end of things, and so there's lots of like decisions being made and stuff. So yeah, lots of meetings. But thank you so much for watching. If you do have any questions, please do leave them down below in the comments, and I will do my best to answer them for you. And I will see you soon.